Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. XRP on the daily trading right now at 46.4. Chopping sideways over the last few days. I mean, that has not been the case for Dogecoin though. Take a look at the Dogecoin price, guys. I have a feeling this had to do with the Elon Musk news. Over the last couple of days, it has gone up over 150%. Now trading at about 120% off those lows at about 13 cents. And this is what we're going to see, right? From time to time, we are going to see some coins rally, and, each coin is going to have their moment. Bitcoin right now trading at 20,700. So, over this last week, we have seen some positive movement for Bitcoin. If you guys look at the crypto market cap, we are now back up above $1 trillion. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 38.9%. So, we have seen the altcoins, some of the altcoins like Dogecoin, really kind of take off, or at least starting to look like they are picking up the pace. If you guys look at some of these cryptos over the last 7 days, you can see coins like Ethereum up 22.9%. We got BNB coin up 15.28%. Right down here, look at Dogecoin up 120.5%. just in the last 7 days, and several other altcoins have followed, like Shiba Inu 27.6. So we are starting to see some serious gains for some of the altcoins. Comparing it to Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's up 8.25. XRP's up 2.08. However, last month is really when we saw that XRP appreciation in price. And I feel like that happens every so often. You'll see some coins kind of lead with no rhyme or reason. Then they just kind of stall out, and then a few weeks later, the rest of the market kind of follows and catches up with them. It's a weird phenomenon, but I gotta say, I have been feeling something in the air. Now, guys, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever the sentiment is that I'm feeling is obviously directly impacting the cryptocurrency market, whether that is for good or bad. As more and more time goes by, the more and more we're starting to see these types of articles. This is the latest one. It is in Dutch. New Dutch law being prepared. Banks need to monitor all payments from €100. This is probably connected to the planned CBDCs, where small payments still will be anonymous, while larger will all be registered and monitored. So this tweeted out by Willem Middelkoop here, and this is in Dutch, so I cannot read this. I'm just taking his word for it. He does tweet a link out in here as well if you guys want to read up more on this. Just down here, giving you guys some more info. Maxima and the BIS and those guys, CBDCs for the people, clearly being planned and promoted by the BIS president and former central banker Augustin Carstens and HM Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. So the Netherlands royal family. Whoever assigned the Dutch queen to do this political, sensitive, important task, he asks. And so, just the other day I did a video where I showed this video clip, Augustin Carstens of the BIS talking about programmable CBDCs. Ouch. So, maybe this is why we are starting to see, cryptocurrencies like XRP start the run and other cryptocurrencies following. The Dogecoin thing, probably its own independent kind of rally because of the Elon Musk story. But it's interesting to see, there's no real reason why, no real obvious reason why we're seeing cryptos and altcoins in particular really kind of take up speed over the last 7 days. And, the same thing happening with XRP during the month of September. So that's interesting. Reminds me of this article from back last year, guys, brought to us by Rahim Kassam here. Also just stating Bank of England telling ministers to intervene on digital currency programming. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it's only spent on essentials or goods which employers or government deem to be sensible. So even though this is from last year, we're seeing these types of articles start to surface again on Twitter. And it could be, and hear me out here, even though the XRP Ripple lawsuit is quite specific to the United States. As we've heard Brad Garlinghouse say, many other world leaders don't really care about what the SEC thinks about Ripple and XRP. They're going to continue to use it. I have a feeling that a lot of eyeballs are on that lawsuit, not just in the crypto space, but I think governments worldwide, because what the US eventually ends up deciding to do, I think is going to be very influential in how the world decides to adopt cryptocurrency in some type of capacity. So, when we're seeing all these amicus briefs being filed, for example, companies saying, look, we use XRP, we are not expecting a profit from Ripple, we're using it in all kinds of different use cases. Some are even saying we're using it as currencies. I think this could be getting organizations that have control, that have power right now, a little bit concerned because, although they want to utilize XRP in a specific type of capacity, they weren't assuming that we would be holding XRP and using it for applications, for example, purchases. This from Green Zone here. XRP is a currency. Our company uses XRP to purchase inventory gas for vehicles and payment for payroll. So this is a company that utilizes XRP for payments specifically. Retweeting out James Rule XRP's tweet here and how James Rule spends his XRP on fuel with his Uphold MasterCard. And also in this tweet thread, he also mentioned that when he went to England, he did buy a round of drinks utilizing XRP as well. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is if people start using cryptocurrencies like XRP or Bitcoin or whatever for payments, this is really going to disrupt this whole idea of a central bank digital currency, I think, in many respects. 360 Trader posting this, you think this rally is fun? Wait until a summary judgment comes from the Ripple SEC case. If positive, it will likely be the impetus for an entire market boom. So basically exactly what I have been saying for the last several months now. A Ripple SEC XRP positive verdict will mean we will see markets going higher, guys. And I think, this might also be what we're tending to see right now. Ripple leading the bunch while the rest of the market is following. This is the total market cap on the daily. And again, since about a few days, let's call it a week now, we have seen that push to the upside for the entire market cap. So is this the beginning of the next rally? Well, we can see Gary Gensler in damage control mode. He was interviewed the other day on Squawk Newsmaker. This clip courtesy of Tim here on Twitter at TimR614. Listen to how Gary reacts when he's asked these poignant questions.
The Wall Street Journal had an op-ed, or actually an opinion piece, suggesting that the fast rulemaking pace that you've been putting forth is potentially damaging. I guess there was an SEC Office of Inspector General this month that had a review of the leadership that was pretty difficult and pretty tough. Move fast and break things agenda is overwhelming staff and taking resources from investor protection. What do you say to those charges?
Look, we've got 4,600 people at the agency. They're talented, they're dedicated. Our rulemaking agenda is approximately the same size as Jay Clayton's. He finalized about 60, 65 rules. We have about 50 or 55 on our agenda. And I think that it's really important that we at the SEC be a cop on the beat, have a robust oversight that you mentioned, robust examination, enforcement. That's over half our staff, by the way, but also move forward to try to find places where we can make our capital markets work better for regular folks watching this show.
They go on to say, though, that what happened under Jay Clayton is most of those rules were focused on investor protection, that most of yours are focused on other regulatory things that can't make their way through Congress. And they say, at least the Wall Street Journal, investor protection is an afterthought. I
beg to sort of focus. We have a three-part mission. It's about investor protection, it's about capital formation, it's about the markets, the efficient, orderly and fair markets in the middle. And that's what we're doing, whether it's around equity market structure, whether it's about treasury market structure, whether it's about private funds across the market. This rule that Andrew talked about, clawbacks, eight of our parts of our regulatory agenda are still long ago mandated by Congress 12 years ago in that Dodd-Frank Act. We actually had another couple of mandates as well. So we had 9 or 10 of our agenda Congress mandating. But our agenda is about investor protection and the other parts of our mission.
So really trying to defend his position at the SEC and what the SEC has been doing, even though the media is coming out and obviously they read that op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. But Gary Gensler, trying to hold it together here. Later in the interview, Tim also bringing this to our attention. This interviewer here asks Gary about all the employees that decided to quit under his rule.
Separately, I have a question for you about the SEC directly. There was an Inspector General's report recently that disclosed, or at least revealed, that there have been a lot more departing senior staffers than what I think would be expected or considered normal historically. What's happening?
No, I don't. Let me just say this, if I can. Our turnover, and it's a really talented staff, but our turnover also reflects that it's a very talented staff. You talk about this on other parts of your show about tight labor markets, but there's also tight legal labor markets for the talent of the SEC. Our turnover did go up to approximately 6%, which is the norm for the U.S. government, across the U.S. government. You're right that it was lower during my predecessor's time, maybe not as tight a labor market for securities law talent.
So those that have critiqued this, or at least maybe speculated that you may be a tougher boss than others, or something else, not true?
Look, I think that it's a great privilege to serve the American public, and we've got an agenda to help bring greater efficiency. That means lower cost in our capital markets, greater resiliency in our capital markets. This remarkable, talented staff at the SEC has many contributions, but some of them, 6% you said was the number of turnover. That's the average staff stays 16 years, Andrew.
So Gary's excuse why the attrition rate is so high is because, well, that's just the average now in this new climate, in this new job market, and for the government, that is exactly where we are at. We're at the average, and he admits, my predecessor, we saw less people leaving the SEC during Jay Clayton's tenure. But, times have changed, and it's not necessarily because I'm a hard boss. You notice how he dodged that question, by the way? It's not because I'm a hard boss. It's just because of the labor market. Look at this smug face. Anyway, that is where Gary stands on that. Interesting, considering we're seeing this bingo. For the second time, Monex Group announced in its Edgar September filing that their subsidiary CoinCheck is trading XRP. Okay, now this was directly from an SEC source. Stéphane Hubert brings it up down here. He goes on to say, yes, it is a Japanese company, but the significance is once again that these are the first Edgar filings since the SEC lawsuit was announced, mentioning XRP outside of litigation. So that is interesting, even though it is a Japanese company. He's highlighted some portions down here. Strategic partnership with Ripple. ODL leverages the digital asset XRP to facilitate low-cost transactions via RippleNet. And down here, he mentions a point with regards to Tranglo. Tranglo has enabled ODL on its payments corridor since March of 2022. This followed the success of Tranglo's pilot ODL deployment in September of 21, with 250,000 transactions worth about $48 million processed in the first 100 days. A key advantage of this partnership is that remittance businesses gain access not only to markets available via RippleNet, but also via Tranglo. So the first Edgar filing, as Stéphane Hubert mentions, since December 22nd, 2020, before the lawsuit, mentioning XRP, and not only that, the utilization of XRP within the context of real-world utility. So there's the Tranglo example, and now these Edgar filings with regards to CoinCheck, mentioning that CoinCheck is, in fact, trading XRP. So wanted to thank Stéphane Hubert for posting that. We also have this guy's from Crypto Eddie, digital asset banking. Probably nothing. It's only a bank in Texas. But the chairman is speaking at Ripple's swell. First, let's just take a look at what's going on their website. A new tab on their website. She notes digital assets. So apparently, if you guys look on this screen grab here, they did actually add this tab on their website, digital assets. So the United Texas Bank may be looking to dive into the world of cryptocurrencies a little further. Digital asset enablement, correspondent banking services, FX wires and international, which likely means cross-border transactions, real-time settlement, digital asset custody, buy, sell, hold cryptocurrencies. So a multi-pronged strategy here. And as you guys can see, Scott Beck right here, United Texas Bank, he is the chairman and he is one of the speakers at this year's Ripple Swell Conference, which is happening next month, guys, very soon, November the 16th to the 17th, 2022. So a great observation here from Crypto Eddie. Wanted to thank her for bringing that up. And we're going to keep an eye on United Texas Bank with regards to some of their crypto services, some of the services that they are likely planning on providing their customers in the near future. There's also some news here, guys, from Matthew Lany. Why will banks use Ripple technology, including XRP? Currently dominated by Swift and Western Union, could save about $4 billion a year and significantly reduce the numbers of intermediaries. So traditionally, historically, banks have had to rely on the incumbents, right? Swift, Western Union for these types of cross-border transactions. Enter RippleNet, enter a brand new system utilizing DLT, utilizing XRP to source for that liquidity. And we're starting to see the world pivot. particularly in the Middle East. So Islamic Development Bank here, they mention RippleNet in this futures report. So as I mentioned, $4 billion a year in savings and significantly could reduce the number of intermediaries. Ripple connects banks and payment providers via RippleNet through its own cryptocurrency and its private non-distributed ledger, which relies on a limited ecosystem of correspondent banks. The network can conduct cross-border payments settled in minutes rather than in days, as with the current system. So this is their report here, The Future of Finance, Redefining the Role of Finance in an Industry 4.0 World. They also mentioned DLT down here for cross-border payments. So to speed up the payment process across borders, which is still heavily reliant on the inefficient message-based SWIFT system, blockchain and more broadly distributed ledger technology, or DLT, have been resonating in the financial sector for a few years now. Financial institutions are exploring ways to use blockchain technology to improve clearing and settlement processes. So again, more to just prove that the Islamic world and this particular Islamic Development Bank report are very keen on DLT technology and specifically RippleNet and XRP. So great news there. Wanted to thank Matt just for posting that. We're also seeing this, guys, from Ripple partner Bank of America. This coming from XRP Crypto Wolf. Bank of America seeks crypto public policy experts to draft bills, spot key risks to business. So Bank of America is seeking a crypto policy expert to keep tabs on digital asset regulation and identify key risks fintech could pose to its business. The posting for the job ad for a public policy analyst and insight manager for crypto comes as large institutions and lawmakers take more serious look at digital assets. Here's a quote, guys. We seek a policy analysis and insights manager who will identify emerging issues and evaluate the potential impact to the enterprise with a primary focus on fintech, cyber, AI, crypto, stablecoins, and blockchain. So this specifically coming from Ripple partner Bank of America, realizing that cryptocurrency is not just cross-border payments, but there are going to be a lot of different aspects to this that they need to get on top of. And I think, if you have that leg up working with a company like Ripple to conduct cross-border payments, and if you're moving away from the old system, moving on to a new system, and you see how cryptocurrency works, I think this is going to give the Ripple partnered companies, to be honest with you, a leg up because they are already educated on what crypto can do. So I think these are the types of companies that are more likely to be amenable to integrate their other systems so that they are DLT or blockchain crypto related, just because they have the foresight, they have the experience, and now they have the education on how cryptocurrency is going to transform this financial system. The candidate for Bank of America's crypto job would be responsible for analyzing policy proposals, drafting legislation, developing advocacy strategies, and building coalitions within the industry. So we're starting to see these new types of posts pop up, right? Crypto is not just going to be a one solution, one trick pony, I guess you could call it, right? It's going to permeate so many different aspects of the industry. And looks like Bank of America is getting ready for that. So wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. And here we got Ian Bin's real world utility versus Elon Musk. So bringing us back to, the beginning of the video, talking a little bit about Dogecoin. Obviously, Doge has seen the Elon effect up as of the time of this screen grab, up 127.9% in the last 7 days. And within the last 24 hours, 57.2%. So yeah, I mean, if you're holding Doge, obviously this must be really fun for you. If you're holding XRP, well, maybe last month was a little more fun for you than this month, but this is the small laser-focused micro picture. We do need to zoom out always and see what the bigger picture holds. Ian Binns also decided to just tag Joel Katz in this tweet and say, hey, Joel Katz, can you run XRP through an AI and see what we get? Now, for those of you guys who may not be following Joel Katz very closely, he has been tinkering with some AI art over the last month or so. So here's just some tweets from Joel Katz, from David Schwartz, back from October 6th. Well, this one particularly from October 6th, looking at AI art generated by weighting images of women based on how beautiful people thought they were. These are composites of those women judged by their beauty. And this is an AI, artificial intelligence technology, deciding what is beautiful, what is not beautiful based on, their algorithms. So AI technology, there's probably a lot of cultural bias though in this sample. So just showing beautiful women here. Okay. Also working on men, more to come. So David Schwartz has been tooling around with this. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay, David, thank you for these images. Look at this one, just glitched out here. But, there's this AI program. I've been noticing this. David Schwartz has been kind of messing around with this. So going back to this, though, Ian Binns obviously has been noticing that David Schwartz has been messing around with the AI. And when putting through XRP or other cryptocurrencies, David Schwartz wrote this: "As you wish, the AI doesn't seem to know much about XRP. But with regards to cryptocurrencies, these are the types of images that it has generated." So, these all could be crypto logos, to be honest. We've seen thousands of cryptocurrency logos from many different companies. And so, this to me seems very reasonable for an AI program. Artificial intelligence, again, this is a computer-generated image or multiple computer-generated images of what AI thinks cryptocurrency is and what AI thinks cryptocurrency represents. So we got another one down here. Just looking at some of these, and I don't know how many images he's feeding in of what types of cryptocurrencies or what. And then David Schwartz says, the AI doesn't seem to know much, though, about XRP as a cryptocurrency. So here we can see some more images that are more related to Bitcoin. Well, that is the Bitcoin logo right there. But all these other ones, just kind of artificially generated by an AI solution. Well, Francis Bovine Swift down here posted this. So he actually put in XRP into the algorithm, and this is what he got. The logos look like someone smacked a mosquito over an X, but I see about 589 or more alternate reality dollars here too. So this is what he got here. Look at this. This is creepy. But a logo, something splattered over the X. And I guess I don't know what the original image was that he put in here, but this is what he got when he inserted an image of XRP. Let's go back to David, though. David Schwartz posts, after this original image here, he posts this. "Okay, this is even weirder. I showed the AI the first image and told it that it is XRP. Then I asked it to give me XRP image and it produced the second image. I guess it thought the XRP logo was a cross. Here is the original image that David Schwartz fed into the AI program, and here is what it spat out." What? The religious imagery, Jesus Christ on a cross. This doesn't look anything like any of the other images crypto related to me. Okay. So, does this mean something? Does the AI even believe XRP is a cryptocurrency like it does the other currencies? Why would it spit out all these cross images? X, cross, I can see the correlation there, but even this X looks very different than some X's that you'd see, but I can see the correlation, thinking the X was a cross. But of course, this has got the XRP community excited. Is XRP the chosen one? Jesus Christ, the Holy Trinity confirmed. For real, Anders L here posting this, the chosen one, 100%. And Val Jester Locke retweeting a tweet that he tweeted out back on October the 7th. X is a cross, and its roots can be found in paganism from ancient times. Satan mimics and twists. X means death. Christ died on the cross, which is the shape of a T. Since the fall of the garden, it all points to Christ coming to restore the bridge between man and God. Bridge currency, and is XRP the chosen one? Isn't it interesting that David Schwartz, though, threw in some other cryptocurrencies, and this is what it came out with pretty much. Look at these. Very similar images. Then he feeds in XRP, and this is what we get. Considering this is what Francis Bovine Swift got, this is something that makes me go, on a Sunday. Anyway, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.